Hello, everybody. Welcome to another week. Yeah, once again, missed Holding Space Sunday. It's happened this summer. It was nice out. I got some plants. Hi, Sam. Um, and yeah, just spent the day out in the yard planting things, which was good because now here in Calgary, um, the forest fire smoke is blowing down to us, and the sun is red, and you can't see much out there, and it's definitely hard to breathe and a little bit irritating. So we're stuck inside, but that's okay because it kind of goes along with we'll see what the cards say, but kind of goes along with the theme I'm getting. Because I was trying to check in and see like what was coming up for us, but it's really interesting. It's like um, I think on the 19th it is. Let me just look. Yeah, that's when the new moon is. It's in Taurus, which is earthbound. I think that's going to be the new beginning of finally closing the door on those strong eclipse energies. So, really kind of just finally, closing the door so it's not so intense. And then integrating the new energy as we move forward. But we'll get into that as we head into that new moon. This week, then, some of the good astrological news. On Sunday, Mercury moved out of retrograde and went direct. Definitely was challenging, I feel like, for a lot of people, and not in the way we're usually used to with Mercury, where, communication isn't great. Well, that's a funny story because I had the worst time with my words and connect it. I would start to tell a story and I'd lose where I was in the story, or so I almost sounded like I was stuttering, trying to find the right words. So it was very challenging. Um, but yeah, as I sit here today and we go to record this, I feel like this week we'll see what the cards have to say, but it just feels like it's kind of I'm going to call it a catch up week, right? I feel like we've just been go, 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 running on all cylinders. And this week is like, okay, take a breather. We'll get into the new at the end of the week. But right now, just kind of chill out and go with the flow. I think that's the big one for for this one. Yeah, so I think I was reading this on Forever Consciousness too. It said with May 14th, with Mercury going direct, um, be patient, wait for new insights and information to arise. So again, it's like we've pushed out that old, we've dealt with all that heavy energy. The new is coming. It's not all in place yet. So be patient and take these next couple days just to chill out and relax and energetically speaking. We've just been doing so much lately, right? So, okay, May 16th, which is today when I'm recording this, is Jupiter heads into Taurus. Again, all this earth-based energies. So everything we're learning is coming back to us on this planet to be integrated and to start working with. So I'm going to just read this. This is again from foreverconsciousness.com. If you don't follow them, really awesome. She's got a great little YouTube channel as well as on Instagram and I think Facebook too. Okay, so today, the 16th, one of the biggest cosmic events of the year, Jupiter enters Taurus, creating a new cycle to work with. Our focus as we collectively shift will be on finances and the environment, two things that we really need to take care of right now. This is the time to create longevity and build security for your future. So, yeah, we're back in the planning stages. Keep planning, keep looking, um, but not the old way. Got to start to find the new ways of doing things. So if that information isn't ready for you, isn't here for you, don't panic. Um, just just keep doing some work around it, like building a basic plan. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at what the overall week. And for this read, I am gonna abridge it, just because it is a busy work week for me. Finally, so it's like it's after a period of being just way too quiet. It's picking up now. So I'm going to do the Monday through Wednesday, Thursday through Saturday. Might even throw Sunday at the end just in case I don't get to holding space again. I'm just in the process of working out a better way to maybe shoot that video earlier in the week so it's ready to go by Sunday. So instead of trying to jam it in on Sunday, we'll see. All right. So we got for the overall for the week the Wheel of Fortune. Um, there is an infinite number of possibilities in my life. Okay, and this goes back right to what we were just talking about with the with ah, I just forgot what it is with Jupiter entering Taurus. It's like there's so many possibilities that could happen. So it's almost like it is like the wheel. It's like Wheel of Fortune. It's like spin it and see what you get. You can do that, but I do suggest sometimes better to have a bit of a plan. But I know it's hard to plan when we don't know what we're planning for. So just again, I feel like this week is about being quiet and patient and looking for the answers, asking for the answers from our team. Um, and just seeing what comes and know that there's lots of possibilities, lots of roads we could go down, different changes we could make in our life. So yeah, like I said, quiet week. I feel like it's going to be quiet just to allow us the space to dream, to meditate, to manifest, all of that stuff. So take advantage of it. I feel like, yeah, like it's a breather week. That's for sure. Like take a breath. We've gone through a lot this last couple weeks for sure. Okay, so we also got consistency. Um, this has the sun pretty predominantly in it, but I feel like what this is saying to us is, um, yeah, all I'm getting is we need to have more consistency in our spiritual practice, so our meditation and that sort of thing. So again, it's making sure you're putting energy into um, like coming up with a plan or manifesting and being consistent about it and not just, you know, whenever I'm just talking about me here, whenever you find the time here or there, um, you definitely be getting the call to make it a more consistent plan. And even though that looks like a full moon up there, I would almost say it's like, it's make sure we're doing this before the next new moon. So and then we also got motion. So it's funny because in this, like, it's almost like restful, but it's like I said, this is a restful week, but things are still in motion. Like we still are putting plans in motion, our bodies in motion. And we're not saying like go out and like do a big race or anything like that or start a new exercise program. But again, with all that Taurian energy, like earth-based stuff, get out and again in nature. For us, it's going to be tough with the forest fires because it's pretty smoky out there. It's hard to be out there for more than a few minutes. So, all right, let's look at the portal card and then we'll get into the read for the week. And like I said, I'm going to do Monday through Wednesday, Thursday through Saturday, just so I can get this read up. And sometimes those ends up being just the read that we need. So if that's coming through intuitively, that's what we're going to do. That's the one thing I have noticed is manifestation is really interesting because opportunities and things are coming very fast and furiously. We just have to ask. And that, so we got solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. So yeah, we're stoking up this fire again. It's funny though, because again, that's two cards with like solar energy. So, I mean, the sun did just pop off another couple M-class flares already this morning. So, who knows what this week has to hold? That's kind of the thing that when I sat down to intuitively, I'm like, what are we going to talk about? What do I need to bring up? There wasn't really anything like pressing. It was just like, hey, take a breather. Again, be the observer. Try not to get too involved, but really take this as a breather. Like, just rest. Don't be forcing, pushing, searching, that kind of stuff. It's like just kind of casually make a plan. That's what I'm going to do this week. as I meditate and things come in, I'm just gonna, you know, just keep one page of a notebook of like potential ideas, but really, restful and not like I gotta get this done and I gotta meditate every day, and it's like not putting that pressure on ourselves. We just spent 2.5, 3 weeks with heavy pressure on us, right? So yeah, we're becoming the little diamond that's what the pressure does to us. But just this week is more about polishing and cleaning it up. That's what I feel like. So a little more restful. Um, and again, it sounds like with the solar, there's going to be continued solar activity, which I think is always just helping us bring in different upgrades and things like that. So kind of just letting those wash over us, not getting too worked up about them, and just taking it easy this week is what I feel. Um, yeah, just nurture yourself and do the things, especially with all this Taurus energy around us that are earth based, meaning like be really grounded, really connected to Mother Earth, and just, kind of like let's all just take a break and walk the earth and see what she's got to offer. So yeah, let's take a look at the rest of the week. All right, taking a look at Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So yeah, I kind of stayed with like sort of some earthy elements for the cards in terms of uh, spirit animals, the fairies, um, the angel dream cards tend to be more chakra based and that kind of stuff. Ooh, look, I just grabbed three. Okay, so the first thing we got is water for the week. Emotions, initiation, rejuvenation. Yeah, I think we're still feeling some pretty heavy emotions from that last little bit of the, well, all of the celestial events that were going on, including that eclipse. I know that it definitely took me to task, and I was struggling quite a bit. So anyway, finally I looked at my chart, and it had a lot to do with self-worth. And the tricky part though was about um, like, yeah, trying to make a plan moving forward, even though I don't know where we're headed. But the key on this one for water, besides probably telling us to make sure we're drinking more water, or as it gets nicer, if you can get into water, spend the next couple days doing that. But rejuvenation's the big word on there. Um, we also got the dream guide, which we think had last week, teacher or guardian. So also just knowing that um, not to panic yet. In terms of like if you're really having a tough time, like what are we doing next? Where am I going? It sounds like a new teacher is coming into our lives in each individual way, however that is, or a group of teachers, right? So sometimes that could just be you find a group of like minded souls to meet with every week or that kind of thing. And it's kind of something I'm looking at is, I know people want to do more things in person, but I think I'm going to set up a light worker meeting. I don't know if it'll be once a week or every 2 weeks, but I'll keep you guys posted if you want to be a part of that. You can just meet up and chat and see how life is treating us. Sorry, the wind is really nuts outside. And then we also got reaching for your dreams. Go for it. And I know this is this like crazy juxtaposition of this week. It's like we have to be planning for the future and where we're headed and that sort of thing, but we don't know where we're going. But the key of this card is the word dreams. These are the dreams. Like, what do we want to see? We're back to that again. What do we want to manifest? Not, paying attention to the outside world and really getting overly involved in it, but like, what would bring us joy? What do we want to see moving forward? That kind of thing. So, taking a really good look at that. And again, with dreams, it's always so funny because we limit ourselves, right? We're like, well, I can't do that unless this A, B, and C are in place, or I'll do that once this happens. And it's like, that is not how dreaming works. and how you manifest. You have to like put in the work of just like being unleashed, no holds barred, no barriers. So when you go to start this dreaming and manifesting work, make sure you're not uh, handcuffing yourself by like adding all these things, right? All these this couldn't happen because of this or this. It's like just dream it. It can be as big. It's your dream. It's and you don't. We don't have to share that information with anybody. Um, so just dream the big dreams. Okay, we got Penguin. The period of darkness that you've been experiencing is now passing. Whew, thank goodness, because yeah, that was definitely, like we said, it was weighing us on a lot. Um, we got the mountain goat, which is there's something out of balance in your life, so do whatever you need to do to correct it. It's really interesting that this comes up because I felt like that was the journey for me over those last few days of the end of the eclipse season there. And I mean, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't nice, but I could instantly tell all the things that were out of balance in my life. And they were really being shown to me in a big way. So, you know, even though I haven't been able to implement those plans yet, I know what they are and you know, I have to take this stuff seriously. Like, I do need to start moving my body more and losing some weight and eating better and taking better care of myself because I've been slacking on that. So I know as it all came up for me. So whatever came up for you, it still means pay attention to it because um, it that we can't just like acknowledge it and then move on, right? Part of getting to the stuff we're dreaming about is us, acknowledging and changing those whatever came up for us during that eclipse. We also got rattlesnake. The experiencing the experiences, sorry, that you're presently going through are an initiation into filling your purpose as a healer. That's amazing. I love this card. So for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Snakes too also when it's the shedding of skin, right? We're moving in, we're shedding that old life and the old way of doing things, moving into the new. But yeah, we're moving into our again, that teacher card came up, the healer card came up. So I feel like this is just really us um, having the path illuminated for us to what we're here to really do, which is to heal and teach others. So yeah, it is coming. We're almost there. All right, let's see what the fairies have to say. Usually the fairy cards are about healing, but we'll see. Kind of more our action cards for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, it's so funny. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Dropping stuff here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's interesting. I don't know where to start. We'll start with this one. So the first card we got is vacation. For me, this isn't always, it's not necessarily about us going somewhere. But this is the theme of the week is it's time to take a bit of a break from all of it. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're still doing a little bit of our work, but we're not putting this heavy pressure on ourselves to see a realization of things and get things done. So because the other thing we got was the inner child. So we're still doing some work on this. But the way this is coming up, because I'll read it with the next card, is um, it's not so much about the wounds of the inner child. It's it's the innocence and the ability to play inner child. Like we're just we've been suppressing that for so long, and it's just like part of the way we're going to meditate and get some of these answers is by being more innocent and curious and childlike. So kind of unleash that sense of fun and play. And the reason I say that is because the last card we got for the sort of advice for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, again, we got kick up your heels. Um, but also this card is, it's the unicorn and the rainbow. And it's like, we're taking things, I think, way too seriously. I know it's like every moment I'm just like, I'm so serious. It's like sometimes I'm like, this isn't like me. So trying to find ways to have more fun, play, kick up your heels, just unleash that inner child, that innocence that, they just can go and laugh and have fun and they're not worrying about the world and what's going on. Um, right? Like they're genuinely know how to take a break, how to rest, but also have a really good time. So, yeah, that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Lots of focus, like I said, on just us resting, relaxing, dreaming, just knowing that this process we're going through is shedding the old skin. We're becoming the teacher, the healer. But the best way for us to get there is to just lighten up and laugh and have some fun. Okay, let's look at the tail end of the week. Yeah, I just definitely, I even feel like, right, it's Tuesday today as I record this, and just feeling a lot more relaxed about things. If that's the one thing we do, then that's the one thing we do. Let's see. Okay. So, okay, end of the week. Um, it's so funny. Okay, end of the week. We take our little breather. But I feel like there's something. What day did we say that switchover happens? Oh, just realized there's a whole bunch of solar flares that just happened. So the 16th, that's today actually, with Jupiter entering Taurus. So it's about, yeah, we're integrating the shift and the thing. So by the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it looks like what we're looking at is, first of all, the sun. We get the sun again, illumination, growth, God energy. So some more probably upgrades and solar flares coming in. And it just looks like it's just gonna go fully into we got Moonstone, so mystery and intuition really amping up. And we also got Selenite, which is spiritual activation, stimulation. So the latter part of the week so far is looking like all those gifts we've been um, starting to catch glimpses of or be aware of are gonna fully come in by the end of the week. So just so you know, things will get a little bit more spiritually and intuitively tuned in. Don't be scared of it. Work through it. Actually, by now we're probably just be like, oh, this is good. I can work this energy. We're just trying the same cards. That's so funny. I'm not doing that. Don't want the exact same cards. I know that's a big no-no. People get really mad when you put cards back, but I'm like, that was weird. Oh, maybe it's just for the whole week. All right. What did we get? Now that's so funny because a lot this card is kind of like maybe they're supposed to be opposite. Maybe I should have just read them again. But, the first one we got is Goose, which is take time to rest and recuperate rather than uh, continuing your striving, right? So it's funny because it's sort of a repeat of the early of the week. It's like don't push things, just let them come in, see what comes. Because we also got the walrus, which is remain vigilant about the current situation, pay attention to signs and omens, and let them dictate your choices. So yeah, this is just going back to what I said. It's like this whole week is about letting the information come in. Obviously, we're going to get like highly intuitive information coming in by the end of the week. So just, not forcing or trying to manipulate or control what's happening to us, but like just listening, taking little notes, like as you take those notes, if it comes to you to like, oh, this is an action step I could take, not having to take that step today or tomorrow, but maybe next, like looking further into next week, like what can I do in a week, in a month, in 3 months, right? Through the summer. We also got the kiwi, which is do a walking meditation each day for the next week. So there's a good challenge for you. So if you've never done a walking meditation, it really is just about being silent and walking and observing everything, but not really judging or, you know, having to like put it into like categories or boxes. It's just observing and moving on, observing and moving on. Just if you can get to a labyrinth, um, as of the patterning of how you walk, it helps you get more into that meditative state. So, um, and it's a great walking meditation. So this is for the read for Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Thursday to Thursday next week, just try this walking meditation. You can even just do it in a field, and I sometimes will just walk rather than like trying to walk in a straight line. Because then when we're doing this straight line walking, it's like we have a mission and a goal to get somewhere. But if you just go in a large circle really slowly, step by step, sometimes that energy is just kind of, because we're not focusing on a destination, we're just focusing on the walk, which is what we're supposed to be doing. So, yeah, I highly encourage that. Use your intuition, see what it brings up. Like I said, that's probably the one way, the easiest and the most calm way for us to be integrating those energies. So it seems like that's how, it really wants us to like tap into our intuition, but but just be doing the easy work of it, right? Oops. Okay, and so from the healing with the fairies, we also got problem resolved. It's really interesting because a few of the cards have said like the dark is ending, the problem is resolved. So it's just I feel like we're just getting this um, just a reminder from them that they have our back. We're coming out of the darkness. It's going to be fine. The problems are working themselves out. Don't panic and just let them resolve. Um, we did get detoxification though, so and that's the thing is that this may not even be like a physical detox, like with diet and exercise and things like that. It could just be like sometimes we spiritually purge old energy too. So it's that snake shedding its skin, the rattlesnake. It's like let that happen, let that process happen, and we'll finally need to just let it be and let it go. Um, we also got uh, environmental awareness. So yeah, that's funny because that's come up twice in the cards too. Is that with especially with that was like with the Taurus energy coming in, more focus on our finances and the environment. So there's big shifts happening there, and so just for us to be aware and awake as to what's happening, and so that we can help on an energetic level help those shift because they are shifting right now. So in the global consciousness, that's the big shift that's about to happen next. So um, our job is to have our energy at its highest, be detoxed from lower energy, from lower mindsets, and really helping the flow of the stuff come in. All right. So environmental awareness too also tells me what in your walking meditation is, again, it sounds like a broken record, but get out in nature. And then the last card we got is dreams coming true. Nice. So all that dreaming and planning we did earlier in the week starts to come into fruition. Probably we'll start to see some really good pieces of it. Um, yeah, that's exciting. But I feel like even now, as I'm doing this read, it's like sometimes when I do the read and the energy is really intense, I can feel that I get really excited. And I'm excited about this stuff. This is all good stuff. It's just that it's this feeling of, okay, we'll just head into it nice and peacefully and chilled. And yeah, like just go with ease and grace through it. There's no need to like manipulate, push. Uh, it's a total go with the flow kind of week, and just and using that flow because it is a little bit slower of an energy to rest in those moments as well, right? So that we're not overdoing it. All right, that's Thursday through Saturday. Let's do the wrap up, and then God willing, I get holding space Sunday done for once, but we'll see how it goes. I'm not putting any pressure on myself to get things done, just going with the flow. All right, summing up this week. 3 cards, one from each of those decks that we do every week. Yeah, so hope your week is just as good in terms of getting a bit of a rest, recovery. Okay, by the end of the week, our card is Temperance. May the Lord make me an instrument of peace. That's part of the St. Francis prayer. So just allowing, um, it is becoming the healer, the teacher. How may I serve, right? Show me my steps. Show me how I can be the more peaceful, helpful person. So that's a lot about, again, it's interesting because I'm drawn to the moon in this card as well, but again, it's about this new moon coming up. So being at peace, allowing yourself to work in a peaceful way to help others. So yeah, just getting getting all our ducks in a row, but doing it with ease and grace. Good week for that. That's totally the feeling I get from this week. All right, let's see. Hmm. We got connection. Yeah, this is interesting because the very first thing I get, I don't know what starfish mean. I'll have to go look that up. There's a lot of water elements in there, ocean, shells, that kind of thing. Probably coral. I see a lot too. Um, it's funny because it's sort of like it is sort of right at heart center. Um, yeah, I won't look up the meaning of starfish, but you could go do that, and I can tell you though what I feel like this means is just um, this is us connecting deeply to our higher selves, to our that really deep spiritual part of us, right? So just knowing that energy is there for us. Like I said, we're awakening the teacher and the guru within us, right? To help others and to help ourselves. So yeah, always, you're the guru you've been seeking this whole time, right? So just really connecting into that energy. And then the last one we got is the Akashic Records, clearing old stories, releasing past lives, and freedom. That's really good. That's where we're headed this week, you guys, is just to um, a nice, easy, meditative, playful transition into the new energy. And instead of trying to, um, make sure we still need to make sure we've detoxified that old, spiritual energy that wasn't working for us. And we've been getting help with that from the sun through these planetary alignments. And so just finally left, letting the remnants of that slough off us, like that's, the snake skin, knowing that we're heading into the new. We may not see all the pieces of it yet, but like if we do the work of being calm, centered, grounded, innocent, having fun with it, we'll start to be able to put those puzzle pieces together because they're starting to appear for us. So, but just, doing it this week with a nice big deep breath and ease and grace and truly going with the flow, right? Like so that's sort of the thing I get out of the connection card too, is that ocean feeling, right? Like moving with the waves and just really being at ease and having a true divine connection. That looks like the week. Again, we'll see if we make it to holding space Sunday. Hopefully, I'll be able to get something done. it's always the harder one. It's just it. I usually like to include a meditation in it. I've run through most of the meditations I wrote. A lot of the meditations I wrote when we were um, when we were inside our houses and weren't allowed to go anywhere. So I've recorded most of those. Um, but yeah, we'll just see. I think we're getting close enough to that new moon. That is that on Sunday? No, the 19th. Today's the 6th. I don't even know what day it is. So that must be Saturday. Anyway, I will do my best to do something for that at the very least, and we'll just go from there. So yeah, that's Friday night actually. Okay, so we'll see what comes. I'll try to do the moon read, uh, but use this week as just an ease and graceful period. Take a breath. Take a breath. Get grounded. Do a meditation. Just be at ease and follow your intuition. If your body's like, you know what, I need to sleep for 3 hours, do your best if you can. All right, have a good week. Take care of yourselves, and I love you.